entrust your crypto assets to centralized exchanges that actively sell your private information and front-run your trades? Would you like to buy and sell your assets without any middlemen, intermediaries, or robots? Do you like paying slippage, fees, and having the price go up as bots steal from you on low-liquidity decentralized exchanges? The solution is NodeMarket.io. Set your guaranteed buy or sell price. No middlemen, no slippage, no bots, ever. Buy or sell 1, 10, or even 10 million tokens, and you never have to worry. OTC trades are between you and the seller or buyer, guaranteed by audited smart contracts and no human middlemen. NodeMarket.io.
Okay, Brandon. Okay, now, I understand sometimes technical stuff can be a headache, but
You want me to just ignore it right now and just move on with my
I want
life?
you to ignore it right now because let's talk about all of the people that were shorting Bitcoin over the weekend that got fucking demolished in the last 6 hours.
Here's the thing. We kind of talked about this. We already knew that Bitcoin was going to do this, right? We talked about this. We mapped it out for everybody. Let me see if I can pull up the liquid.
Oh my Jesus.
Oh my heck. Oh my gosh. Just in the last 12 hours, that's 60 million shorts that got wrecked. Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy.
Like I just don't understand, man. But again, a lot of the shorting behavior that you see, like for instance, if I'm a mining facility and I sell a bunch of futures contracts. We did this in the gold business all the time. We would sell gold contracts, and if we got called out of it, fine. If not, we just took the spread. So I think there's some of that going on, and we're at crunch time now. Because one thing we know about people, like if you work you're one of these miners, there's big ones, there's also small ones. There's big ones with levels of competent fiduciary, management, and then there's levels of incompetence, as you can see, all the way up to the Federal Reserve. But then the smaller these facilities get, it's the higher the likelihood that they have less financial education. Let's just say that. And you're going to see, I would imagine you would see more disruption in the smaller to mid-sized miners that haven't done the math correctly for this. So there could be some little shuffling around, panicking, selling, stuff like that going on. Like, we don't know, but I think it's going to be kind of a spazzy road into the halving. And then I think it's going to kind of quiet down. About a week after the halving, whatever chaos that was going to occur probably has occurred. A week to 10 days. Because there's probably some miners that are right on the edge and they can barely afford to stay in. And they're going to be like, we're going to try.
We get that last one Bitcoin. It's over.
Thing, and then, shit, bankrupt.
Yep.
So, which if most of them would have already sold their Bitcoin to stay liquid, like to give themselves some extra runway. So I would think that the selling of Bitcoin with miners that aren't going to make it would have happened before the halving, because you don't want to go into the halving and then I don't know, man. God. Well, that's what I used to run like how many did I have? I think I had 6 or 8 D3s. I had L3s and D3s, Litecoin miners and Dashcoin miners, and I was smart hashing with them. So I was actually mining. I don't know if you guys have ever used pro hashing. Did you ever do any mining, Brandon?
I did back. This was a while ago, but then I sold the GPUs and just bought the straight up because I was doing Ethereum, right? So I just bought Ethereum, and it worked out to be a better play anyway.
So this is where we got to. So we had all these rigs running, and I know it sounds like now it sounds stupid, but I think I was making 1 Bitcoin a month.
That's not bad at all.
Well, but it was when Bitcoin was, $1,600.
Future thinking, right?
Well, it was costing us like $1,400.
Oh yeah, that sucks. That's what I ran up against with my GPUs. It was costing me electricity plus the GPU cost, where I just went, I'm gonna go buy some Ethereum with it.
So what I did is
literally,
we ended up mining. There was 3 of us. We ended up each pocketing like 1 or 2 Bitcoin, which was cool, and it felt like a win. But we were using pro hashing. So prohashing.com, what they do is they take your compute resources and they hash whatever is the most profitable token every few seconds. So then you collect this bucket of tokens, and then you have conversion tokens. And I would always convert to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. At that time, Litecoin was like the other one that you were doing. And so until Charlie Lee turned out to be a big piece of shit, and then I was like, I'm never touching it again. I probably cost myself a lot of money by dumping out of projects where I hate the people involved just because, but whatever. Anyway, so I was only collecting Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then at a certain point, I was like, based on the cost, the rigs were still worth a lot of money. I was like, you know what? If I sold all these rigs, I could buy like 4 Bitcoin and like 30 Ethereum or 40 Ethereum, because Ethereum was still back like real cheap. And I think Ethereum was like under $100. Anyway, so I did that. I sold all the L3s and D3s, used the money to buy crypto. And then the new thing was investing is the new mining. Like
investing that's what I'm like. That's what I did. I'm like, investing's easier, and I feel like there's more appreciation. So
investing is the new mining. Okay, we'll knock out a couple. Did you have any housekeeping questions?
No, I've been blowing up the last like literally 16 hours working on something, so I'm kind of something else.
Okay, he's something. Let's see. So far, look, today the fun has been that for whatever reason, yesterday my cat decided to use the new cat, Loki, decided to use trash cans and carpets as the new litter boxes.
Yay! Wait, no, that's not good. Hold on.
Nope. Well,
sometimes if you diversify,
at least he used the trash can. Like he jumped in the trash can and deuced in it. Yeah. Then he went to the litter box, looked at it, and peed outside of it. Then he went to a carpet, sniffed it, deuced on it. I'm like, dear God, man, what do you want? What do you want, kitty? What are you trying to tell me? And then maybe it's just kind of a weird like karma. Maybe that's how karma gets you. Like I yelled at someone in traffic, so my cat craps in a trash can. I don't know. I don't know if the universe is connected in that way. No, not yet. And he will be in about 6 weeks. He's still a little young. He's only 20 weeks right now. And I think that they had recommended 6 months. Okay. So crypto wise, over the weekend, I'm really trying to think about 6 months, and we'll talk about this when we go behind the wall, but I'm trying to think 6 months after the halving, which is going to be 2 or 3 months after what I believe will be the successful Ethereum ETF, and the pump that leads up to that, and the whatever happens after the fact, because there is, this enthusiasm for Bitcoin is going to hit a lull after the halving. Brandon, do you kind of agree with that? Like it's been this thing, and then.
Well, okay, so we could talk. Let's talk. We should go behind the wall because I got some interesting stuff. But that's a good question. Before I'm just going to briefly hit on that. This halving typically it's been a short lull, but then things jump up. But this halving might be just a little bit different, only because the 90 days that you talked about earlier expire right at the halving. Okay, so that could bring a lot of people on board. This halving has more of a supply shock factor than other halvings as well. So I don't know how big of a lull. If you're talking like a 2-day, maybe. But if you're talking like a 2-month like prior halvings, I don't think so.
I will tell you something else. I broke the code for the coffee. I figured it out.
Yes.
So the other day, I don't know if I told you, I was experimenting. Oh no, this was with the digital private clients. I experimented with mixing my sweeteners and then heating them in the latte thing, the latte cup, because it spins it and heats it, makes froth. Man, so I use equal parts Coffee Mate, half and half, and milk. Then I pour it in. Then I drink it. And the flavor I've been using is s'mores. S'mores, because there's like a little apostrophe. S'mores.
S'mores. Okay.
Anyway, code is broken. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So there's a lot to talk about as far as what's going to happen after the halving. I think there's a lot to be said about layer 2s. And I really think that's going to be a good play, but the timing is tricky. And you can be in these things too early and kind of watch other stuff go up and be like, crap. And then you get tired of waiting, and then you move, and then the thing that you were waiting for goes up. So you do have to wait. You have to wait your some of your kind of more gambly trade theses on like, what can the money do for me now? What have you done for me lately, kind of a thing. So especially in a green market or in a bullish market where lots of stuff's going up, you don't want to be sitting like, oh, I know I'm right, and then you miss miss a market. So we'll talk about that. All right, are there any other questions? Let's see that we can knock out. I was supposed to have a one-on-one with Tupi last night, but I think we're going to do it later today.
Yay.
So that'll be good. And he's going to announce, I think, a new partner, a new company that's going to be using compute. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Chocolate, marshmallow, graham cracker, s'mores. Yeah, but you didn't use the apostrophe. You said s'mores, and that's not it. It's s'mores. There's an apostrophe because grammar. All right. When are we going to see the $100 portfolio again? Well, we kind of talk about the $100 portfolio all the time. It's not really. It's a fluid situation because we're in a different market than we were a year ago, where we were just simply building a portfolio. These things are moving so fast now that there's not really a $100 portfolio like there was. Now, what we can do is we could say, and we did this, I think, last week a couple times. Here's what I would be buying right now. For instance, we could do pick 5 and pick 7. Say, if I can only buy 5 assets, these would be my 5. If there could only be 7 assets, these would be my 7. Would that work for you, Patsy? Would that suffice? Mayhaps it would. Anyway, Brandon, any final things, and then we'll go ahead and get behind the wall there.
Yeah, people were asking about what
stuff over the weekend. Any weekend cool stuff, fun stuff.
I bought Optimism.
I did too.
That's it.
Twice.
That's it.
Okay.
She's always so anxious. You should have seen this 1 minute into the show. She's like, I hope we go behind the wall early today. Like, okay, Charlene.
Okay.
How about this? We block Charlene out. Okay.
Everybody else gets to go behind the wall.
Everybody else comes, and then when we go behind the wall, I guess we'll bring Charlene back in. But like, she doesn't get the 18 minutes before we go behind the wall of just banter. How about that?
Ooh. Well.
Okay. Anyway, let's go behind the wall.
You know what? We're getting behind there just because she wants it. She wants it. She deserves it. She's earned it.
We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now.
Slow. Gotta be honest, this coffee's real good. Real good. shit. Oh. Remove.